The
All
floor
right.
belongs to Mr. Jim.
Okay, so Becky,
Yes.
do you have the ability to sit down at a table or something with a notepad and writing instrument?
Yes.
Excellent.
Me too.
Okay, good. So the purpose of this training that we're about to do, it's actually, let's call it an exercise. It's not really a training. When you're doing this with somebody, and oh, I'm looking at the ceiling fans now.
Oh, I have it in my hand. I'm gonna set it down.
Yeah, you're going to need both hands to write, probably. Get a little stand or whatever.
Yep.
There you go. Excellent. I wasn't sure I was going to get motion sick or something. Okay, cool. So the purpose of this exercise and the timing of the exercise would be, first, the timing is after you've secured somebody's interest, now they are on board because they like the idea of solar, or they like the idea of the two-team system, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. They're here, right? Like you're here. The biggest issue with people staying, unless they're very experienced in network marketing and they've got the ability all on their own to know what we're going to cover here and to be able to assess the power of the company that they've joined and all this other stuff. Without that background, new people are just grasping at straws. It doesn't take very long to wonder, why am I really here, and can this really deliver, and can I really do blah, 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 right? There is a way to cement them into your business, and we're going to do that now. Here we go. The first, if you want to write this down, it's why times 7, the word why times 7. Go ahead and write that down. Just, this is the training part. You wouldn't do this in the actual exercise with somebody.
Okay.
And then the next element of it, you roll right into it, is what does it take? Short version is just why, what, and then the who is next, and then how much, and can this do it? Can this do it? Times 2. All right, so let's go over this. Why? Becky, you'll be the one that gets to speak, and knowing it's being recorded, if there's, as we go along, if you run into something where it's like, yeah, I'm not sure I want this on the recording, just say, I've got it. You wrote something down. Okay, ready?
Okay.
Why not? And now this goes 7 times. Why are you actually here? Why are you doing this? What's your why, as they say? What is your why?
To fill up time in my life right now and to also make an income.
Okay, write that down.
Got it.
Now, since you gave 2 of them, you as the person doing this with your new person, you could pick one, or you could work on both. So the question now is, why do you need to fill up time?
Because I'm semi-retired and I'm getting bored.
Oh,
I can only play pickleball so much.
right. Okay, so bored, right?
And I can only swim in the ocean so much.
Okay. And an offshoot is, but why do you also need to make income?
Who doesn't like money? I like nice things.
Okay. Likes money and nice things. Okay. Because who doesn't, right?
Exactly.
All right. So, still kind of chasing down both rabbit holes. Why don't you want to be bored?
I find it unfruitful. I find
Mhm.
I'm a person that likes to accomplish things. And as a matter of fact, today, um, I had to put one of my tires keeps going flat over here, and the neighbor and I were testing them, and he said, "Oh, this one's really, really, really flat." And I said, "Okay, so I know that's the problem. So let's check the other three and let's come back to that." And he goes, "Well, why wouldn't we just fill this one first?" And I said, "Okay, we can, but the way my brain works is I like to finish things. So I wanted to get three tires done, and then I knew I had to address one tire." And he just was baffled with that. And he goes, "But I want to get the one that we know is low, air in it now." And I said, "Okay, that's no problem." So we did it his way. And then don't you know, we ran out of time and never got to check the other three because the massage lady came and we had to stop. And but I'm a completer. I like to complete things. When I put my shoes and socks on in the morning, I put a sock on, I put a shoe on, I put the other sock on, the other shoe. That's just the way my brain's wired.
Okay, we're going to follow that one. Why are you a completer? Now, notice I made a choice. I could say, well, why do you like nice things? I could say, you know, why do you feel like it's unproductive to be bored? You know, and follow down those rabbit holes.
Mm-hmm.
But you went off on the whole, I'm a completer. That's the way my brain works. All right, well, why?
Because that's the way my brain works. I think I have an entrepreneurial brain that moves all the time and is always thinking of different opportunities.
Okay. And why is it important to you to think of different opportunities and be that whole entrepreneurial person?
Because it makes me feel accomplished, and that to me is very rewarding.
Okay. Why is it you feel like you need to feel accomplished to be rewarded?
Um, I think that's my prize. Having that sense of pride and ownership of something that's positive to me is ice in the sky. That's what does it for me.
Why do you think that is?
Um, I don't know. I mean, it's just I always assumed that was just the way I was wired.
So why would it be important that that's the way you're wired?
Why would it be important that that's the way I'm wired?
Hmm. What difference does it make?
I mean, it makes a difference to me. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel good about myself.
Okay. And what's the point of feeling good about yourself?
This is like a never-ending rabbit hole. um, what's it good to feel good about yourself? Isn't that what we all want?
Okay. So now the training part. You'll find when you do this with anybody, the first 4 or even 5 whys are the ones that sound good when they say them to themselves and other people. When I say my why is this, this, and this, everybody goes, ooh. When you start getting to 6, 7, and you can go 8, 9, and 10, we're way past what sounds good to people. And you're actually starting to dig in and find out who the hell are you and what is it that really ties you to anything. You want to feel good. You want to feel like you've accomplished stuff. You're the kind of person that can't just sit back and go, hey, I don't even care if you set fire to the couch. I'll just get another couch. Not you, right?
Got a perfectly good couch. Why set fire to it?
Right. All right. So now the next thing is, what then will it take to fulfill all these whys you just gave me? What has to happen?
I've got to get jump started. I've got to get started because the way that I operate is once I get the fever, I keep running. So I feel like I need to get that spark, because once that spark ignites, then I feel like I am, it's like, you know, you hang that carrot in front of the donkey's nose to make them keep walking for you.
Mm-hmm. And so what does that carrot look like?
Money.
Exactly. And now the training part of this is most people will start giving a list of, well, I got to get the car, the house, the clothing. I've got to do the. Great. What does it take to do that? Money. Everything anybody wants. Peace of mind takes money. Whatever it is, you have to get it down to the part of, what does it take? A dollar figure, right? What's your dollar figure? That's where it goes next, is after they've listed all this shopping list of things, including, I've got to get a retirement account set up. I've got to bring my husband home from work. I've got to this, whatever it is, there is going to be a price tag. What's yours?
It's too big. I want to buy more, and I want to buy investment properties. I want to buy more condos over here, and I have my eyes set on a particular boutique hotel that I want, and so it's going to take lots of dollar signs for me. I've got the cars, I've got I've got the jewelry, I've got all that stuff. I don't need any of that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm over that point in my life. I want
Mm-hmm.
more investment properties.
All right. So none of those was a number. What's the number?
It's a big number. The investment property I want over here is right now 8 million.
Okay, 8 million. And are you wanting to pay cash for all this stuff, or just be in a position where you can?
Well, ultimately, Dave Ramsey, you pay cash for everything.
Right. Yeah, I like Dave.
Ultimately, that would be the plan. I have other things I can leverage, but ultimately, I would that would be the ultimate goal. But at least I would say at least a 50% down.
So 4 million.
Yep, I feel
All right.
comfortable with that to get started.
Okay, good. Excellent. All right, 4 million. So we know what we want to accomplish. We want to feel like we're not bored because we are actually being our authentic self. Does that fit for the why?
Yep.
And what's it going to take? It's going to take $4 million. Okay, cool. Now, the next question, who is all this really for?
My family. It's building generational wealth.
Excellent. Anybody else?
Nope.
Liar.
Well, myself. I mean, I've got
There you go.
I mean, I've got 4 children, but I mean, if I leave this earth with only possessing and having what I have, I've lived a pretty darn good life. So I'm pretty happy with that. But I want more.
So now, the training part of this exercise on this one. Most people didn't, at this stage, they've never really given thought to who they are slaving for. Who have they been spending all this time for? Looking and trying and failing and spending more money over here and joining this one and that one and the other one, right? They've lost track of who they're doing it for. And when you ask them, it's like, oh my God, the kids, my wife, perfect. Generational wealth. Yep, generational wealth, which is perfect because we need that tie outside of themselves. But then we need to bring it back to, and it's for you. No, I don't care if I have better clothing or drive a better car or no. That's true. But you're doing it for you because, and you said it perfectly, because if I leave this planet and I know I've done the generational wealth. I know I've provided security for the kids. I know I've, whatever it is, right? For the who, now we've completed the loop. It does have to finally come back to them, but not because of the money, but because of what they have done for the people that matter in their life. Make sense?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So that's the who. How much will it take? Well, in your case, the what part right under the why, you went right into, I'm looking for investment properties, which took us right to the money. But you want to be prepared for the people that say, well, I'm here because of all this. Well, what does it take to do that? Well, it's going to take a new house, new car. I need to also put a wing on the hospital, whatever, right? The what stuff. And then we can dial it into how much is that going to take later. But let's look at, in your case, because you got the 4 million thing. What will it take to get the 4 million together?
Quite a bit of hustle.
Hustle. That's right. And you can run this one with anybody as to how much will it take. Well, you can literally, so the house is going to be what, $750,000, and the clothes, you're going to need at least $125,000 for the budget for her, whatever, right? Whatever it is, you now need to start putting the dollar figure to it. And in the 4 million case, I mean, how much will it take? Good. The last step, can this do it? Working with build. And it's a 2 times 2 thing. Can this do it in terms of the money, period? And can this do it in a time frame that you're still young enough to enjoy and see it happen? It's not just because in typical network marketing, they can paint a picture. I've done it for 30 years, showing somebody how they can get there and get the big checks. The fact that it's going to take 25 years and a downline of about 700,000 people. We have personal friends that are earning in excess of 100 grand a month. And it does take a downline of, 2, 3, 400,000, depending on the company they're in. One's got a downline of 3 million, and their check is just barely over 100,000 a month. What about here? Well, with build, we know on the one hand, a downline of 20,000 on the build side, on the builder side, right?
Okay.
Is $250,000 a month. Okay, so let's just say that you focused on that first, building out that part of it. And we'll say that because of some accidental solar sales from your team, you're not even selling it yourself, right? You got a team and they've been falling all over themselves and by accident making 3, 4 solar sales a month, and you're getting the overrides from that. So you don't even have to touch your builder side. How many months would it take to come up with $4 million if you're earning $250,000 a month that you're not spending?
A year and a quarter.
Pretty close, yeah. So you're every 4 months you're making $1 million. So 4 times that, yep, 16 months. Is that okay?
Sure. That's a good timeline.
Right?
That timeline works with me.
Is there any other company, and this is semi-training, but I mean, different ways of how you could put this. Is there any other company that you can think of where you could make $250,000 a month with a downline of only 20,000 people, period? I have not seen it. And I left one that came close. not even really close, but closer than any other company that we've ever been in. So anyway, so there's that. And then there is the build a team on the solar side and get the overrides, get yourself to executive manager or director, whatever they call it, right? National director, get to national director.
You get the percentage.
And get that percentage of override off of them.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I know. And I just got done doing the math. You can do the math. Let's say you've got a team of 100 personals.
Okay.
All right. And let's say that I'm going to write this down because I went over this already once, but this is the part where we can say, okay, I'm going to build the builder side. I'm going to live on the solar side, right?
Okay.
100 personals. That's going to take some hustle, right? 100 personals. And let's say that those 100 personals are producing 1 electric bill turned in per month, right? They're not selling them. So we have 100 EBs, electric bills going in per month.
Okay.
Right now, I'm not going to use Jabari's percentages. I'm going to say, because the right now the closing rate on electric bills, which is a proposal, right, is stupidly high. Anyway, well, let's just say that 1 in 3, 30%, let's say 30% of those electric bills. No, let's go 20%. 20% of the electric bills turns into a solar sale. So that means we got 20 solar sales, right?
Yep.
The average team override as a national director goes from 700 to 2,000. Let's just call it $1,200. All right. So $1,200 average override. That looks like 24,000 a month. All
Yep.
right. Can you live on $24,000 a month
You sure can.
and not spend the growing payday on the builder side?
Sure.
There you go. Okay, so we can see then, yes, we can absolutely do the deal, fulfill the whys, the whos, the whats with this company with a strategy. Get the builder side going, get your personals bringing in electric bills. It will take care of itself.
Essentially, yeah.
And we will, as a team, this is your talk to them, we will as a team make sure that you understand and it never leaves your mind why you're here, who you're doing it for, what is it going to take to do it, how much money, can this do it? We will never let you forget you have a strategy.
So let me ask you this, Jim.
Yep.
You know where I'm at pretty well. So, and out of this conversation, should I really be focusing more on my builder side than on my solar side? Because the way you said it, I love this part. I'm gonna build on my builder side and I'm gonna live on my solar side.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea.
That's actually going to that. Now that I've taken, I'm the guy that starts slow because I'm building my own videos, creating my own landing pages, learning the story. I've been in a lot of companies where I just shot out actually, I won't say anything about our earlier conversation, David, but I've done what you've done and cost myself a lot of money prematurely thinking I understood the proper strategy for the company I was in. Does that make sense?
Which is the total reason I'm with you right this very minute, because I was in a dilemma. I was sitting here going, I think I'm doing this incorrectly, to tell you the truth,
Mm-hmm.
So again, to get back to what I said, so
So
strategy should
my strategy. That is becoming my own strategy. Is I'm going to be mostly leading with the builder side for one market that I'm working, which is purchased leads from the past efforts of business opportunity seekers. And I've got some leads from former or current network marketers. Well, for them, it's an easy speech, easy lead in to say, hey, and so now the training part is for people who've done network marketing. Typically it's been in a health, nutrition, skincare, whatever, right?
Yep.
And because of that, they already have what I call the flinch factor going on, even though they get to, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So when you can go to them and say, look, you know, I love network marketing. The part I didn't love was getting somebody on whatever the product is. And then, oh, God, I hope this one works for them. What if there was a product, a service that works 100% of the time on 100% of the people that you get on it? Never misses, never misperforms. We have that between the solar side, because solar does what solar does. It's always going to produce electricity. You'll never see a functional beverage come out of that inverter into your living room floor or anything, right? It's always going to be electricity.
Right.
And the Smart Money Club, which they're, I will be completely transparent with them about that. It's still being built out, but it does what it does every time. You watch the training, you learn the stuff. When they get the software in there for doing the credit repair, it will always do credit repair. It's never going to produce a skincare thing. So you can bank on that. Well, that's huge. And then as it happens, the builder side comes right in at what I call the sweet spot. We've been right now a couple of companies that we either just left or were just customers. They have packages where you can spend $700 or $800 for these special professional. You need all this stuff because you want it on hand to give somebody, blah 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 packages.
Yep.
So the $200, $199 is right in the hunt of the low end of the sweet spot, and then $99 a month is there. In the company we just left, to be at the top of the comp plan, it's $158 a month by the time you add up 3 products plus the membership. And so we're right there. Not one of them. When you tell somebody, I don't know what you were in before, but if you had 10 people here, 10 people here, 20 people, would that be paying you $500 a month? No, not even close. So anyway, there's that. And then to explain to them, and it comes with a built-in national residential and commercial solar brokerage built in, no extra cost. Whoa.
Wow. So you did the reverse on everybody. You pulled the reverse.
Yeah, nobody's got that.
That's very clever. That's very clever. I can see that. I
Then
can see.
leading with solar itself is super easy. I don't know if you've seen it or not. Let's see.
Yeah, I
Oh,
love your card.
it's backwards, but anyway, it's made to look like I'm just in the solar business, because I can recruit off of this easily. But if I have it looking all, because I've done cards where it was very clear, oh, you're in one of those things, and you're, you know, it's network marketing, and you're trying, you know, because it says all kinds of stuff on it about that, will run off just a person who should be, it only wants to look at solar for their house, right? So this looks like solar for their house level. And to say to somebody, hey, can I ask you something? 2 different hit and run. If you're in the store, you're being checked out, it's easy to ask whoever, hey, do you have internet at your house? Every time it's either yes or no, but I have my phone. So in other words, I do have internet at home. Do you know anyone that has an electric bill? Is one approach. The other approach is, do you know anybody that doesn't have an electric bill, and watch them get into that. Is this a trick question?
Mhm.
Right.
Right. And then don't let them bail on you. Right. Then just say, well, what I really mean is, do you know anybody that doesn't use electricity? Well, no, I don't. Now they know it's safe to say, no, I don't know anybody. Right. Do you know anybody that wouldn't like to have their electric bill have an end date, like paid off forever? Well,
Great questions. Good question.
me, so that you can lead with solar anytime. That's easy. And then go the other direction with it. That's all it takes. We call it my superpower has always been, after about 90 days, I figure out what is the easiest way that anybody on my team, from the introvert to the professional, who you have to help them not reinvent the wheel, imitate before you innovate.
Are you trying to close out the builder money up front, or are you promoting the freebie affiliate program? What's the best way to do it? Is probably to promote the builder all the way up to the builder amount, right?
Well, that would be probably next week, because that's what I was telling you on our other call, David. I'm in the last week of putting together all the parts and pieces on my end for what we're doing, and I don't have the builder video and stuff done yet to where I can send somebody there and say, watch this, because it'll have the comp plan, my version of the comp plan, which takes somebody, well, anyway, so that they can see that and then make a decision what they want to do. The solar side's already done pretty much. I've got a little couple of revisions now that I'm hosting the videos on my own server. It's easier for me to make changes.
My websites are doing really well for me.
Good.
What I'm doing is, and I'm using them on Facebook, so that if it's an ordinary person and I talk about solar, I just send them that one link, the ordinary page, why people do solar, and then they can go through the whole website if they want. But that's the link that opens up first.
Mm-hmm.
If they're a real estate agent or a home services person, I send page 2, which is just in mine, it's called Engage. It's solar.everydaycash.net /engage. They get that. And then if it's a multi-level marketer, I use the last page for the marketing miracle has taken place. Okay. And so the one that's working for me right now is the real estate one, because I'm playing the game of, real estate is in trouble. Real estate people are in trouble. Your real estate business is going away. You're going to be extinct, just like a travel agent. In the next 5 years. People don't need you to buy a home any longer.
Right.
There's too many problems with commissions. So I'm doing the fear content with my emails to the real estate people, and and online on Facebook, I'm drawing in real estate people and sending them the videos, and I'm getting people to respond. Now that's going after the agents. Okay. Mm-hmm. But I did recruit Don Martin, the ex-vice president of Century 21 Global. And he told me, let's not go after real estate agents anymore. Let's go after brokers. Don't go after real estate agents any longer. Let's go after brokers. So I said, okay. And sure enough, we started going after brokers, and we closed a broker out of North Carolina, has 19 locations and 1,200 agents. And he says to us, he's so greedy. He said, I don't want my agents knowing anything about this. I'm going to open up my own telephone room, and I'm going to call all the clients in my database that have already bought houses from us. And we're going to ask them for their electric bills. And what I'll do is I'll choose the agents in my office that I'm interested in helping them to make an extra $1,000. I said, you greedy bastard. But that's what he's doing. Ed Norris is his name. He's setting up a phone room. going into his back office, which are all of his agents' files, right? I mean, he's the broker, but they're all his agents' files, but he's got every agent in the database. He's got every client in the database. So he's just calling those people up on the phone and telling them, now he's going to tell them, hey, have you looked into solar, or whatever his pitch is going to be? I'm not involved in that part of the business yet. Don has not taken me that far. But once Don was only with me for one weekend and then went and closed the deal with Ebb. And when Don closed the deal with Ebb, he said, look, let's start focusing on, let's make our marketing plan for me, Don Martin. Let's make it go towards brokers. So I guess he's going to target Keller Williams, Century 21, Remax, and stuff like that. Go after those.
Because I don't want to run out of time, and I do want to finish up this part that we've been on, but I will, just as a side note, that's great news for David, but you don't want to lose sight of the fact that unless you're going to give sales away, that is not something anyone else can probably do.
Right, exactly.
You know, you need to keep an eye on having something that anyone from day one can say and do. So now back to you, Becky. Now that we've had this little bit of a conversation, and now if you've got the notes that you've been taking as you've gone through this exercise with your person, and you were talking about getting the fire, you know, ramping up and all this stuff, what do you see yourself being able to do on a daily basis? And then I'm going to see if this will work. Watch this. You get a calendar, and for every day that you do whatever action steps that you said you would do, you get to put an X on the calendar. It's called the Consistency Chain for Network Marketers. You want to get that book from Amazon. And what you don't want to see is a bunch of empty dates on your calendar. So anyway, what is it?
I saw my days out as soon as the day's over.
What
Day's over, I X my days out.
What action steps? What is it you see yourself doing?
I actually have, and David just brought up a good point. I actually have 2 real estate agents that have brokerages that are on my radar of my list of people to reach out to.
Mm-hmm.
And because David had mentioned that angle on a call, I think like 2 weeks ago. So I was going through my Facebook, looking at what people I'm going to attack first, and how I'm approach this systematically. And 2 people that are very high up on my list are both brokered. They have real estate brokerage and agents underneath them.
Okay, that's good for one shot. So what else?
I mean, I gotta get reaching out to people. I've got to get my feelers out. I've got to get, I've reached out to some people already. I've sent some messages out and not getting much feedback yet. I need to get a better angle and a better approach to them, and a little more excitement. And I need to funnel my time so I actually, take the time to reach out to them and get it all, and get it. I need to dedicate, even if it's like, 9 to noon every day. It's hard. When I'm over here, I have different schedules, so I need to just focus on, hey, get 3 hours together a day where you are systematically doing A, B, C, and D.
Does 3 hours feel like, and I'm stretching myself to do that, or is it like, yeah, 3 hours is like nothing, or is 3 hours like, yeah, by doing that, I'm putting in some heroic effort? I mean,
no, I can afford to do 3 hours a day, except for travel days, obviously. I mean, even with travel days, while I'm sitting in the airport, I can still be doing things. I think 3 hours a day is very achievable. Even when I'm at beach days, I had a beach day yesterday, but even when I was at the beach yesterday, I was talking to people. I have 2 friends on the island that one's getting solar installed today. and one had inspector coming today for their solar panels.
And these are build deals, or these deals that they were doing, and you went, oh my God, are you getting solar?
They were doing them. They were already doing them, and so we started talking about it yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so the one guy's panels are being installed today.
So yeah, there'll be a source of referrals. Another
but the problem is I can't do it. We don't have a way, from what I've been told, to get panels here in Aruba. So the people that I'm talking to that are here, it's more about, some of them still have houses in the States, and some of them have already sold their house in the States.
Okay.
And this is just we have a group here that's called American Property Owners. It's people from America that have moved here to Aruba and have now a home here. Some of us still have homes in the States. And that was the group I was with yesterday. So that's the group we were talking about it.
Okay. So very good. Very, very good. So as long as now you've got your wheels going, how do you feel about everything we've covered?
Good, because I think that gives me some of the people over here, a lot of the people over here are retired and not looking to do any type of work, and
Right.
don't want any other stream of income, and they're content with watching the waves roll in every day. So it's not necessarily those people I would only hit for an electric bill,
Right.
not to be on my builder side.
Right.
But I've got a lot of younger people in my network that are always looking for side hustles that I think this is, I think I'd feel comfortable classifying this as a side hustle. It's something that you don't have to dedicate 10 hours a day to
Right.
be successful in.
And yeah, perfect. If you get comfortable with and you walk them through the why, what, etc., right?
Yep.
They will, because what you're after is, you're not after the professional side hustle hopper person. But the fact that they like side hustles can put them at the top of your list, because all the other hurdles, like wanting something more and being willing to do something.
Some
And
people are content with clocking in and clocking out and going home and drinking a beer.
right.
And those are the people that aren't going to do anything for us.
They won't do anything. But you get your side hustle person to really get down with that 7 levels of why. And you'll find out, you do this with a few people, you know, the first 3, 4, 5 are always, they've been telling themselves that crap. Not really crap. It builds the foundation for getting into the deeper level stuff that really means something to them. They had to dig deep to think. You made them think, oh my God, right? Through the, what is it going to take? Who's it really for? What's the price tag? Can this do that? And you show them, you apply yourself here, the money is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. Another market, I don't know about there in Aruba, but here in the States, it's brand new. I mean, it's just now hitting the radar screen. Have you ever heard of Carvana?
Sure.
Drive Time?
Yep.
Carbacks?
Yep.
How many car salesmen do you think are seeing that and going, oh crap?
Absolutely. I'm sure a ton.
Yep.
Absolutely.
That's right up there with the real estate people.
Good point. Yep. Yep.
And it's okay to have these specialized niches or niches, whatever you want to call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you must, if you're going to be a leader, and if you're going to get 100 people wide, which David and I talked about this too, this is not a comp plan to go deep first and then wide. Go wide fast, and depth will take care of itself. But because of the way the solar side works, if you get only a couple of people and down they go, and now all of a sudden you got a bunch of team sales, but you're not a manager yet, you don't get any team overrides. You got to go wide fast so that you can get some sales and the overrides will come to you and so on and so forth.
So what do you recommend me doing? Reaching out to these people and then like picking a date with David and then having them all jump on a call with David and myself?
That would be good. Yep.
It's a great idea.
Exercise would be perfect.
Yep.
So pick like one date and then just let me get like 7, 8, 9, 10 people all for that one date.
Yep.
Yeah. And you and I, what we'll do is we're going to put together a strategy for the two of us. I'm going to work based on the way you want to work the way you want to run your business with your life. I will work around that and we'll schedule according to the way you want to run your life. Simple for me.
And the purpose here, really and truly, I mean, they're going to have an enlightened moment, right? When they start figuring things out, why they're really doing it. What do they really get out of it? Who are they really doing it for? But the punchline comes down to, this is how much money it will take. And look at it. I can tell you that if I was in any of the other companies I've been in and somebody said, I need $4 million and I'd like to do it in a couple of years, there's no conceivable way it would even be possible with those companies. You can't get that many people that fast.
Right.
You can do it here. And when they see this, their whole dream of the world of their life that they want and the price tag, and then you show them, you know what? We haven't even broken a sweat on our comp plan to do that. Right.
Right.
Have you seen Sam Bean?
Yes.
Okay.
I was on that call the Monday night that you were on. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the few guys that if he says something about looking at a comp plan and seeing some numbers, we have earned over 100 grand a month in companies. And the dream, which we'd almost given up on based on other stuff and the amount of time I want to be working still, right? To get to $1 million a month. But on the first call I ever saw Sam, and he said, he looked things over and he said, I've made $1 million in a month and I can see right here, I can do that even faster. I could do that by the end of this year. I'm like, dude, you're talking my language here.
Yeah.
And there is no other company I can think of. It takes the high ticket side to do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was selling my first network marketing experience. I was selling some nutritional juice. You know, it was like $20 for like a wine vial of it. And
was that Vima or
yes.
Yeah, I was there.
Were you?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you know a guy by the name of Keith Brown?
I've heard that name.
He got me into it. He was a very big network marketer, and he's retired now. And I've talked to him about this, and he's like, "I'm enjoying my retirement years, Becky. My years of network marketing are over." And I said, "Okay." Right.
And that's can you hear my phone telling me I have a message? Yeah. That is a skill set you want to teach people. This is go wide fast, not go wide, dig your heels in with somebody and drop anchor and try and drag them over the no. Yeah. It's a true skill. It's a skill to learn how to let somebody go for now and move on and feel okay with it.
Yeah. I approached him and asked him if he had any leads for me of people that he knew were into network marketing and real go-getters. And I haven't gotten anything back from him, so I don't think he's receptive of sharing any of his people with me. Yeah. Which I don't know why, because he's retired now, so it's not like he's going to do anything with them. So maybe a conversation with the two of you or something like that might get him to open up his portfolio or his Rolodex, or
There's only two reasons. There's two reasons why he would be reluctant. One, afraid of the blowback in case it didn't go well, right?
Yep.
Now he looks bad. Probably not the highest one on his list. What's the other reason? He's lying about not being interested and he's just enjoying. That's this sounds good even to me coming out of his mouth, but you can bet that he's got reservations about really staying out of it for the rest of his life.
Maybe. And I didn't go into all of it with him, so he doesn't know everything, and he certainly doesn't know the compensation structure.
Right.
So I think if he knew that, yeah, he might consider.
So what you want to do with him, with people like that, would be get yourself it wouldn't take much. I mean, let's see here. One of my favorite numbers, because this would be impressive no matter who you are in network marketing or what you've ever done. 480 people, 240 is an $8,000 paycheck with 480 people. You get there and you go back to him and say, I know what you said, and I just wanted you to see how it's going for me. Here's an $8,000 paycheck with 480 people.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Wow. All right. I hate to say it, but I'm going to drop off and answer whoever I know who it is that's saying, hey there, it sent you a message on your telephone.
Yeah, I got to get to my next one too. So Becky,
Gentlemen, thank you. This has been wonderful.
Can we talk again in a couple days, you and I?
Yep. I'd love that.
Maybe we'll talk on Friday or Saturday. Okay.
Okay.
About the same time. You like that this time of the afternoon? Or we'll just touch base.
I had my massage today, so actually Friday we can even do it earlier.
Okay.
In the morning.
I'll let you talk. I got to jump off.
Thanks,
right.
Jim. Take care. My son's coming in tomorrow, and he'll be here for a week. But Friday we can do something in the morning.
What about your son-in-law? Did you talk to him?
I did, and he definitely needs something. He just doesn't have the money right now, so I would have to front him to do it all. So it's a matter of just pulling that trigger and doing that for him.
Okay. All right. Friday morning I'll set it up. I'll text you the way we've been doing it on WhatsApp, because you're pretty good about getting back and forth. So we'll figure out a time on Friday when I get at my desk. Okay?
Sounds perfect.
You have a great day. Bye-bye, girl.
Take
Hey,
care.
good pickleball. Have a good time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.